The New York Giants offense last season was once again a bore to watch for New York Giants fans. But could Brian Daboll being on the hot seat, the signing of Russell Wilson, and two promising 2024 rookies spell success in 2025? Leave a like, subscribe, and let's talk about it.
Giants and Daniel Jones are officially parting ways just days after they benched their quarterback. And this is probably the best resolution for all parties involved.
Prior to the New York Giants releasing Daniel Jones, Jones would throw only 8 touchdowns and 7 interceptions in 10 games and would lead the Giants to a 2-8 record while being on a 5-game losing streak. Shortly after being named QB1 for the New York Giants, Tommy DeVito would get hurt. It had looked like the New York Giants were going to lose out for the rest of the season and take Cam Ward in the upcoming draft. But then week 17 came around where Drew Lock had other plans.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Drew Lock and Malik Neighbors would go on to have career days versus the Indianapolis Colts, winning 45-33 and dropping the New York Giants from the first overall pick to the third overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. This would make it back-to-back seasons where the New York Giants would win a meaningless game and ruin their chances at taking a quarterback at the top of the draft. The New York Giants would end their season 3-14 with the third overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft and no quarterback on the roster heading into 2025. The New York Giants would head into a 2025 offseason where Sam Darnold, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, and Justin Fields headlined the free agency QB market. There was even trade speculation about the New York Giants possibly trading for Matthew Stafford, but he would end up signing back with the Rams on a 2-year, $84 million extension, choosing the Rams over the Giants, even though the Giants gave him a better contract. The New York Giants would not make any offensive additions early on the free agency period, except for little re-signings like Tommy DeVito and Greg Van Roten, two players who were already on the team last season. It looked like the New York Giants were prioritizing defensive game free agency after signing Javon Holland and cornerback Paulson Debo to free agent deals. But then the New York Giants would make their biggest re-signing of the offseason, bringing back Darius Slayton on a 3-year, $36 million extension. During all of this, there were talks about the Giants possibly signing Aaron Rodgers. But Aaron Rodgers is, well, Aaron Rodgers. The Vikings, Steelers, and Giants were 3 teams that were interested in possibly signing Aaron Rodgers. But Aaron Rodgers did what he likes to do best, and that would make every team wait for his decision, whether he was going to sign with the team or retire. Weeks after waiting to see what Aaron Rodgers was going to do, the New York Giants would decide to sign Jameis Winston and Russell Wilson to deals. The Minnesota Vikings would decide to stick with J.J. McCarthy as their next quarterback. And the Steelers, well, they're still waiting for Aaron Rodgers. I personally like both of the signings of Jameis Winston and Russell Wilson, most importantly Russell Wilson, because he finally gives the New York Giants competent quarterback play, which they have been missing for a very, very long time. Brian Daboll and Joe Schoen basically told John Mara that the reason why the team was failing is because they did not have a stable quarterback. The New York Giants' biggest offense additions after signing Russell Wilson will be trading back into the first round for Ole Miss quarterback Jackson Dart and taking Arizona State running back Cam Skattebo in the 4th round. Jackson Dart most likely will not see the field in 2025, will be rolling as QB3 on the New York Giants roster behind Jameis Winston and Russell Wilson, but it gives him time to develop, it gives him time to learn things from Russell Wilson and Jameis, so I really do like the thoughts of having Jackson Dart as your future quarterback with Russell Wilson being the QB for this season. But we will have a whole separate video for Jackson Dart. Cam Skattebo and Tyrone Tracy creates an interesting two-headed monster in the Giants' backfield. Tyrone Tracy having the most rushing yards by a rookie running back last year, totaling over 1,000 yards from scrimmage, and now you're adding Cam Skattebo, a guy who was one of the best running backs in college football last year. So not only should Russell Wilson have 2 solid running backs in his backfield, he also will be throwing to one of the best wide receivers in the league, Malik Neighbors. Oh, Malik. Where do I even start? Neighbors would show in his rookie year that he could potentially one day be the best wide receiver in all of football, totaling it in 109 catches, 1,204 yards, and 7 touchdowns. Oh, and by the way, Daniel Jones, Tommy DeVito, Tim Boyle, and Drew Lock was his quarterbacks for this season. And prior to his rookie year, a lot of questions was asked on how would the Giants be able to give Malik Neighbors the ball when they didn't have a real good quarterback. Well, Brian Daboll made it his duty that he made sure that Malik Neighbors got the ball. Malik Neighbors will end up second in the NFL in targets behind Jamar Chase. So Russell Wilson is coming into an offense where you have Malik Neighbors, two running backs who could end up becoming a great duo for the Giants, and Theo Johnson, a guy that has a lot of potential to be a solid weapon for the team. You also have Wan'Dale Robinson, who's a solid slot wide receiver, Darius Slayton, who has been getting 700-yard seasons, even though the quarterback play has been bad. And you even have Jalen Hyatt, who could possibly benefit from the deep shots that Russell Wilson likes to take. Now, I know the New York Giants offensive line is usually the detriment to the offense every single season. But if you go back to 2024, prior to Andrew Thomas getting hurt in week 6, the New York Giants offensive line was not bad. Now, was the O-line amazing? Was it top 10? No, not at all. But it was middle of the pack, which is way better than what Giants fans have been used to over the past, decade. Oh, and Brian Daboll is on the hot seat. He knows that the Giants offense goes out there and performs even worse or near how they performed last year with a new quarterback. He's gone. He's out of there. But he has pieces that can get the job done. Malik Neighbors is on the rise to becoming a superstar. You added Cam Scatterboo to a running back room that already featured Tyrone Tracy, who's one of the best rookie running backs in all of football last year. The Giants have the pieces to get it done. So, can Russell Wilson be in the new QB1 for the Giants? A Malik Neighbors who's on the rise of becoming an absolute stud for them if he's not one already? And Tyrone Tracy and Cam Scatterboo being an interesting duo in the backfield make the New York Giants offense finally good? We'll see. But that is all I have for today. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and definitely hit the subscribe button if you ain't subscribed already. I will now be dropping a lot of just NFL content, not just Giants content. The Giants content will stay the same, but we will also be dropping other NFL videos like this, but for other teams over the offseason. So stay tuned for that. If you are just a fan of football, you're going to love that. But that's all I got. Again, if you enjoyed, leave a like, comment, definitely hit the subscribe button. But until next time, it's been your boy Jay Dimes, and I am out. Hey.